Magnus Carlsen cracks open Black's kingside like cracking open a six-pack of tall boys on a summer Sunday afternoon. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this beauty of an in-game attack on the Black's kingside defenses by the former world champion Magnus Carlsen. So at this point in the game, no doubt, there is a beauty of an attack beginning on the Black king side. Note the diagonal of the light squared bishop eyeing the knight, as well as the h7 pawn. Queen is in position for white. The question is, what else can you bring into the game? Well, bringing up the knight is how Magnus Carlsen, five-time world chess champion, chooses to go. Many of us would just try to kick that knight away. Seems reasonable enough. But pause for a moment and see if you can spot an absolute brilliancy of a tactic. Kudos to you if you spotted it. Note that the Black king, or the Black knight, is absolutely hanging by a thread. So what could you take to remove that defense of the Black knight? Nailed it. It is the knight moving over to take that pawn and the defense of the Black knight. So it seems like a sacrifice at first, but it is not, because Magnus Carlsen brings his bishop into the game, and look at that diagonal. My goodness. So the question then is, well, how do you go about creating an attack on that king side that advances this even further? He's got the pressure on. He's up 1.3 points. How do you seal the deal? Well, it is with the f-pawn. If you guessed it, amazing. He pushes that f-pawn forward like a bulldozer over wet cement. Boom. Now the question would be, what do you take the pawn with? Many of us lower mere mortals of chess would be taking the pawn with our rook. But if you did that, that is not an effective attack. Note, everything is dead even at this point. Simply taking with the bishop keeps the diagonal open for that bishop, with the mating opportunity with the queen sitting on the G column as well. It's also worth noting that the Black queen has to sidestep and discovered attack, a potential discovered attack. Can you spot it? Of course you can. Even us mere mortals of chess can spot a discovered attack on the dark squared, or the dark queen, the Black queen. Boom. Boom, chicka chicka boom boom. There it is. And suddenly white has an 8.3 point advantage in this scenario. So Black's queen has to sidestep that potential discovered attack, and in so doing sets up just a world of troubles for himself. Hope you enjoyed this analysis of the former world champion, the world's #1 chess player, the one and only Magnus Carlsen.